Hi, morning guys, and welcome to Crystal Best Fitness. I'm Crystal Best, and I'm on a journey to get to my goal weight this year of anywhere between 135 to 140 pounds. I'm currently 170 or 70 pounds, coming down from 192 pounds where when I started my journey in January of this year, the 1st of January. Um, I'm going to talk a little bit today about grief and weight, how grief causes weight gain, as well as how it affects weight loss, obviously. Um, so you guys would know, and we're talking, this is, I guess, a little bit of a serious topic. You guys will know that my mom passed away in 2024. It's 2026. So it hasn't been 2 years because it was in September. I was so terribly affected by that because me and my mom were really close. We literally lived in the same compound in different spaces or apartments, but in the same house. So I saw her on a daily basis. It wasn't a situation. I don't think anybody will miss their mom less if they saw their mom less. I'm just saying that I saw her very often. So it would deeply affected me because like every day I would check on her, go down, take her food, because my mom was sick for a very long time. So I that was a serious, like a really serious thing that happened to me that changed my life significantly. Before my mom passed away, the only loss I ever really experienced was when I lost a baby in 2016. Um, she would have been 10 this year, 2016. um, and I those two times in my life was really two times where I got the highest in my weight. Um, when I lost my baby in 2016, I got up to 215 pounds, which was the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life at that point. Before that, the highest I ever got to was like maybe 180. I would normally fluctuate between 140 and 180. Um, so I got up to 180 pounds. And then when my mom passed away, I got up to 215 pounds. Then my mom passed away in 2024. In 2025, well, I was already a little heavy in 2024, maybe 190, around there, close to 200. When I lost my mom in 2025, I got to 225 pounds, which is the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. Grief definitely affects your weight loss journey. It definitely affects your mood and your ability to function. Grief affects every aspect of your life, especially if the person that you're grieving was really close to you. Um, I am finding it really difficult to just function normally some days because it comes in waves. The normal thing that everyone says, grief is like an ocean, it comes in waves. So some days you feel great and you feel you have all the energy in the world and everything is going good. And then other days you feel really down because you think of the person, something reminds you of the person, a smell, a picture that you might see. Um, like we lived here. She used to be at my house whenever I see my couch and she used to come and sit there and talk to me. All of that it's really seriously affects me like on a daily basis. I have her ashes. So I I feel as though people don't take it that seriously with regards to how serious grief really affects you and how much it really just sort of interferes with or affects your lifestyle and how you live. And what I've been finding is that, as I said, the heaviest I ever got was when I had a loss. So, how and why is simple. You've lost someone that's really close to you, it's affecting you on a daily basis. You obviously not, you don't have the motivation or the energy to get up and go exercise. You eat comfort food, so you may not make good decisions when it comes to eating. you there's something called a grief belly. Apparently, I didn't even know about that before I lost my mom. So like your cortisol levels, do the research yourself. Just type in Google, how does grief affect weight gain or weight loss. Your cortisol levels or your stress levels are very high, and you're affected by this serious situation that has happened to you. And hi, it's been really a difficult situation for me, because not only did I lose my mom, but I lost other members of my family, and I feel like I've completely lost them, because like I don't know if because mom was here, everyone was playing nice and being, coming around and still being nice. But as soon as my oh thank you, as soon as I lost my mom, like family members like disappeared, like stopped talking to each other, being very mean, how they speak to people. It's just, so not only did I lose my mom, but I lost other family members that um I thought I was close to. But everyone deals with grief in a different way. So maybe I'm thinking maybe they can't be around me because I remind them of mom. It's just so messy. It's just so messy. Grief and loss is so messy, and it definitely affects weight loss. Um, I I should wear a leather jacket. Okay. I actually don't even have one. Um, what I want to talk about, as I said, what I think, what I do to deal with grief, right? And how I've managed to still start my weight loss journey and lose weight, even though I'm on this personal journey myself, sort of dealing with the loss of my mom and some of my family members. Now, I have my immediate family, which is my husband and children, solid. I have no complaints. I really have a great life. I have nothing to complain about there. What I'm talking about family members, I'm talking about my extended family, you know, outside of that unit. And that unit is my rock. That unit, I can talk to my husband about anything. I have no issues there. I have support out the yin yang. I have no issues. But, it's still hard when you're dealing with people who you thought were really close to you, but then they just fizzle away when, like, you lost someone, and they provide no support to you where you think you would have gotten support. So if you're in a situation where you're grieving, like I am, I I want to just talk about what I do. So I'm feeling sad about mommy today. I'm not lying. Mother's Day coming up is messy for me. I feel so upset and so sort of I feel like I'm trying to find a good way to put it. There's no good way. I feel like lost around Mother's Day. Same thing happened last year. Because like Mother's Day, I'm like crafting, I'm making things for mommy, I'm making things for the other mothers in my life. But like now that I've lost my mom, when Mother's Day comes around, I'm like there's no one to celebrate. And I am a mom. Like I am to celebrate. And it it there's a disconnect. Hi, Charlie. There's a disconnect somewhere where I don't even feel like how am I a mom without a mom? And I know that might sound really stupid, but that's just how I feel. Um, and so what I do, thank you. So what I do is, I let myself feel everything I have to feel, right? So I never like push it aside. If I'm feeling upset today, if I need to cry, I'll cry. I will sit down with myself, with my thoughts, and I will let everything just go through. Um, I am very gentle with myself in that regard. I, because I've started exercising, and it's obviously affecting my exercising because I'm not feeling like, I don't know, I need to be like into it to exercise because I put on nice music and I'm working out. So for the last couple of days, I've been like really out of it with regards to working out and exercising. So I haven't done anything. And you know what? Nothing will be done. It just, you just have to, as I said, be really gentle with yourself. If you don't do it today, do it tomorrow, right? Some things you just have to put off because you may not have the energy or the frame of mind for it, what I do is I try, and especially when I'm not exercising, I try to eat healthy. Um, Hi, and Ahana. I try to eat healthy. I try to make good choices, and that's sort of why I've been maintaining my weight going down. And I also talk to people who I think will support me. I have really good friends. So in the absence of my extended family who has literally fizzled away when I lost my mom, I I do have a favorite Bible verse. I'll tell you just now. I sort of I have friends who are like sisters to me, and listen. Let me tell you something. The Bible says, like you. Someone's asked me what's my favorite Bible verse here. The Bible says there's a friend that's sticking closer than a brother, and that's been my situation. Some of my friends are so much closer to me than my siblings. They provide so much more support. They, they accept me for who I am. They're not mean to me. They're not judgmental with me. If I'm having a bad day, instead of being like, "Why are you behaving like that?" or being affected by it, they'll be like, "What's going on? Like, what's happening?" My family would be like, "I'm not talking to you," So I am so happy that I have a lot of support. So if you don't have the support like I have, like with friends and like family, like my immediate family, like my husband, um, you can reach out. There must most countries I think will have like a free system where you could at least talk to someone, call a number somewhere and see if someone would listen to you, talk about your loved one, remember them, give them grace, give you grace, you know. Um, and I really hope that everyone could find peace find peace. That's what you have to sort of look for in this world. I mean, I know everyone thinks it's about the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is inside, but you see, your peace and your ability to feel peaceful and grounded, and even though you're going through things, you're able to deal with it as they come along, because that's what life is. Life is that you're going to go through things. Let me tell you, you're going to go through some things. And but you have to find a way of managing and just being able to function even though you're going through things, right? um my favorite Bible verse is, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." And I'm not trying to be religious here. Someone just asked me, so I'm telling them. um you you really have to try to find some inner strength to deal with things that are bigger than yourself, because I find grief is always sort of bigger than yourself, which is why it engulfs you. It takes up your whole body, your whole system. Loss is not fun. It's it's so hard. But I feel like finding the little things, like for me, I like being near to water. I don't know if it's just who I am. I'm a Pisces. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but sometimes I just drive to the beach and I sit down, I put my foot in the sand, and I feel so grounded, and I just look at the water, once again looking at something that's bigger than myself. That's exactly what I was talking about the kids on my bus when you're coming someone. Yeah. Okay. So be gentle with yourself. Talk to someone if you need to. When it comes to weight loss, because that was this channel is about, so I have to tie every conversation I have back to weight loss, which is exactly what this conversation is about, how grief affects weight loss. Try to make good decisions. So one thing that I do whenever I start my weight loss journey is I kind of purge my house of all the bad foods. So what I would say, if you're going through a hard time and you're grieving, try not to stock your house with foods that you shouldn't be eating. Try to find some healthy, enjoyable snacks. Like if you want something, what I try to do when I'm thinking of snacks is, so ice cream is soft and it's sort of creamy in your mouth. So instead of getting ice cream, you can get yogurt, which is also soft, cold, and feels creamy in your mouth. Trust me, try it. you have to find something to sort of substitute the bad thing, right? So now I'm talking about what you eat while you're grieving. Try yogurt, cut up fruit in your yogurt, try to use honey to sweeten it. Full fat Greek yogurt is so good for you. Um, when I want something crunchy, I try to make plantain chips, or I eat speas, which is roasted split peas, or chana, roasted chana. It is so good. Like, because so think of what you're not grieving, think of what you're craving. So if you're craving, and you could trick your body into accepting something that is not necessarily that. If you're craving something crunchy and salty, roasted chana, roasted peas, and plantain chips it's a healthy option, and it will satiate that wanting to crunch on something like a potato chip. So you could substitute potato chips and all those bad chips that are covered in all that yellow and orange junk, which is poison. If you want something sort of chewy and soft, like a gummy worm or something, try prunes or dates. If you want something crunchy, try nuts. Listen, there's so many things you could replace. If you want something that, especially like while you're watching a movie, that you could pop into your mouth, popcorn, not microwave popcorn. Make your own popcorn. It's so easy. Maybe I'll do a video on how I make my popcorn. It's so easy, you know. And you could even put put good healthy butter in your popcorn, like Kerrygold or Anchor. You know, that's not bad. So when you're grieving and you're feeling for those like snacky, fun, comfort foods, you could replace them with healthy but also snack food that you could just pop in your mouth and you could enjoy it. And with regards to exercise, now I'm not going to recommend anyone do no set of crazy exercising when you're grieving and you're feeling sad and you're upset. So what I try to do is just going for a walk. Just walking is one of the best exercises you can do. So just go take a walk, breathe in some air, take deep breaths. Listen, think about your loved one, okay? Think about them, honor them, remember them. I would never forget Sky, who's the baby that I lost. I would never forget my mom. Those are people I would never forget. They have rent-free space in my head. I always remember and try to remember like the good times you had with the person, because what to say, grief is love with nowhere to go. So if my mom was here, I could show her love and I could be like, Mommy, hi, how are you doing? Walk downstairs and talk to her. But I don't have that. So that love has nowhere to go. So it comes back in and I'm like, I'm so sad because I lost my mom. I don't have the person to talk to. And one other thing for me, and how losing my mom really affected me, is I have sisters, but they are a twin. So I'm the last child. My sisters are older than me and they're a twin, and they're like this, right? Obviously, you know, twin have their own language, their own, and I was always like the outsider in that relationship from childhood. This is not something new. So we're like no contact now. I don't know what they're doing with their lives. They don't necessarily contact me. Like my birthday will pass, I would not get a happy birthday, nothing from either one of my sisters. I will message them and tell them happy birthday. And then, because my birthday comes first, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, thanks. Oh, happy belated to you. It's really sad. But as I said, what happened is that because of that, and because my mom even saw that when we was younger, my mom was kind of more like a sister to me. So we were really close. So when I lost mom, I feel like I lost a sister. You know what I mean? And it's really, really, it was just so heartbreaking. So let me wrap this up by saying, if you've had a loss, but you're on a weight loss journey, just try to remember to be gentle with yourself. Try to make good choices about what you put into your body, because eating healthy is so good for your own body, and even for your grief, even with how you feel sad. try to go for short, calming walks. I wouldn't even push it and walk, like strong. Just go for walks. Try breathing exercises where you breathe so you won't feel anxious. And if you need help, reach out to people and try to find people who could help you. And you don't have to find a professional. I'm telling you, there sometimes a friend is all the therapy that you need. Call that friend who you can talk to, who you can really be yourself with if you have one, and tell them how you're feeling. Listen, I'm feeling terrible today. I'm having such a hard time. And that person may be able to give you, some kind words, just be a shoulder that you could cry on and support you through anything that you're going through, right? So grief is terrible and weight loss is hard. When you put both of them together, rock hard place. But I'm hoping that we could all find a way to sort of work through our grief and find a way to find some balance in our lives where we're still able to achieve our goals and get somewhere. I'm hoping I'm in a much better place tomorrow. Woo. But yeah, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. I am talking weight loss on a daily basis. I come in live every day on my fitness journey. I am down 22 pounds through healthy eating and gym-free workouts. And I talk about everything with regards to weight loss tips, weight loss motivation, things that affect weight loss. And so if you're interested in anything regards to that, or if you want to start your weight loss journey or just follow me on my journey, I still have 30 pounds to lose. I'm 170. I have to get to 140. I'll be coming in live every single day on this journey. And we're going to do that. We're going to succeed with all our goals this year. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for my live. This was the longest live I've ever done. I'm having a really hard time, guys. But, such is life. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.